They may be small or often family-run businesses and usually hire fewer than 200 employees, yet they are certainly mighty. Small and medium enterprises, or SMEs for short, form the backbone of ASEAN's economies, accounting for more than 96% of all businesses in member states. In Singapore, there are about 188,000 SMEs, mainly in the manufacturing, retail and business services sectors. In total, they contribute to about half of the country's gross domestic product.
But mighty as they are, SMEs face an uphill task in today's competitive business environment. The challenges usually boil down to their size and limited resources. So what can be done to help them? Well, for SMEs in ASEAN nations, the solution may lie in the newly launched ASEAN Economic Community, or AEC for short.
The AEC was formed in December 2015 to pave the way for greater integration among SME owners. It strives to create a single market and production base among the 10 member states by standardizing economic regulations, including those on trade, capital flow, and labor migration. This way, SMEs relying on raw materials from an ASEAN neighbor will benefit from more affordable goods as tariffs come down. Companies will also find it easier to export their goods and at lower cost in view of lower tariffs and simplified custom procedures.
There are initiatives from all the ASEAN countries to remove barriers to trade and definitely opens up a lot more opportunities in terms of free flow of goods and people around the region. At the same time, some 300 standards have been harmonized. Now with the harmonization standards, now for example, labeling can be simpler because they could be accepted across the different countries versus having labels for individual countries, which is very complex. So we can achieve the economic scale in reaching out to more countries in the ASEAN member states.
More than 90% of the high priority measures under the AEC's 2015 blueprint have since been implemented. The ASEAN SME Agency's working group is responsible for SME development and promotion in the region. For several years already, it has been making efforts to reach out and educate SMEs, such as organizing workshops, seminars, and outreach events. Also published the ASEAN SME Guidebook, as well as a directory of more than 800 outstanding SMEs in the region.
We also look at developing a strategic action plan, and we created a whole list of initiatives and strategic goals to see how can we help SMEs to reach out to countries, at the same time look at talent development, access to talents, as well as different ways of collaboration.
And it certainly makes sense for SMEs to reach out across ASEAN. It is the world's 7th largest economy, home to some 620 million people, and has a GDP of about $2.7 trillion. In Singapore, latest trade figures also showed that Southeast Asia has overtaken the United States to become the largest market for the country's goods and services. One company eyeing this is Chi Sing Oil, a family business in Singapore currently run by the 3rd generation. The SME has been producing sesame oil since 1956, which it sells under 3 labels. The brand is widely recognized, but the company admits the AEC will result in even greater competition. Yet, Chi Sing feels this can also spur it to strengthen its regional presence and improve overall turnover.
We will be able to tap on this AEC to go into all these new markets as an integrated one. To go into all these countries actually is not easy because food palette is totally different. Everyone eats different styles of dishes. By working with our business partner, they will understand their market better than we do, and they will be able to create new recipes that suit to their food culture.
Like most SMEs, Qixing faces its fair share of challenges. In Singapore, various initiatives have been launched to help these companies upgrade, innovate, and stay relevant. Spring Singapore schemes, for example, which include grants, tax incentives, and loans, supported more than 18,000 enterprises in 2015. One such scheme is the Capability Development Grant. Qixing tapped it last year to automate the factory, increasing productivity to almost 400%. From 8 staff, the work now requires just 5, allowing the company to redeploy the rest to other duties. A recent Ministry of Trade and Industry report noted that companies who used this grant for technology innovation projects saw their revenues increase by almost 8%. Concerns remain that the increased competition from the single market inevitably means that some SMEs will be left behind. To make it more convenient for small business owners to get advice, SME centres have been set up since 2013, some located in the suburbs. Here, they can receive free information about the grants and schemes available and learn about ways to increase their revenues. Joining forces with other firms could also be one solution to overcome business challenges, but it's an idea which smaller SMEs may need some convincing. Another area to explore is the e-commerce market, which may help smaller firms reach out to IT-savvy customers.
It's also a great opportunity because that means you can sell your products and services 24/7 as well, right? Not limited to the store operation hours. That's the reason why we focus on this area to customize a masterclass, particularly for the SMEs and micro SMEs, to help them to learn about e-commerce in the correct way so that they are more informed to consider using e-commerce as a means to help them, develop their business and to improve their business performance.
While it's still early days, significant gains have already been made under the ASEAN Economic Community, and the region is already looking to its next target, the 2025 Blueprint. One of the areas experts believe should be closely looked at is the role of non-tariff barriers, as many feel they present one of the biggest obstacles to the success of the AEC. So to help SMEs reap the full benefits of regional integration, the group will seek to remove them and at the same time encourage sustainable growth and find innovative ways to drive new businesses.